What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome here to ABL Season 4 Draft Analysis, or going through my draft. Yesterday or 2 days ago, 2 days ago they started um, the draft live stream for this. So you could have, if you watched that, you already know what my team looks like. But I'm gonna go through each pick individually and what I was thinking during the time and why my team is as it is. Uh, Not much else really to say about that. Um, Make sure if you haven't though, make sure you do go watch the ABL live stream, even the VOD of it, so you can see everyone else's team as well, or even watch the other coaches video. I think in there might be a description. At the time I'm recording this, I haven't been, but there might be a description for all the coaches with all the coaches in. So hopefully that will be there. And yeah, I've gotten everything ready. I've opened up a salary page for every member of the team, so I can look through and give some more in-depth analysis of the moves they get and whatnot and the stats. So, without further ado, why don't we um, reveal my first pick? So, a little bit, I guess maybe a little bit info is due here. So as you can see here on the below here, these are all the tiers that we are drafting mons in. So the R is for restricted. Is a restricted tier pick, which means you can only, which means it's basically legendaries and mythicals that you can get in this tier or other really strong Pokemon. The list of them available, I can go through the exact list because it's quite a lot. I'm just gonna go through the list. If you'll give me a moment here, so that it might make more sense what I picked. Because there was only two bands. The two bands are Zacian Crown and Zamazenta Crown, which means there's still the regular forms available without being crowned, so you can run like as a regular Zamazenta, regular Zacian. But the mons available in restricted are Celebi, all the doggos, Cobalion, Virizion, Torakion, Keldeo, Eternatus, Jirachi, the Kyurem trio, Kyurem White, Kyurem Black, Nala, and Solgaleo, Magearna, Marshadow, Melmetal, Mewtwo, Crossman, Thornwings, Crossman Duskmane, Reshiram, of course, as well as Zekrom, Urshifu Rapid Strike, but not the single strike. I think the single strike is in. Is that it? I actually don't know. What about the single strike? Oh, the single strike is a GMAX mod. That's what it is. That was allowed in GMAX. And then Zero Aura. Like those are everything available. And Solgaleo. I think I went through that. So that's all the restricted mods that were available to pick from. Also, all GMAXs except for Urshifu Rapid Strike are available too. Every single one. So with that gone through, my first pick is the Crossman Duskmane, or Duskmane the Crossman. This mod is extremely powerful. It's super strong. It's got base stats. Let me see what the it's got a base 157 physical attack, over base 100 defenses, both defenses, and HP is near base 100. So it's super bulky. It hits really hard. Base 77 speed is also pretty fine. It's not that bad in this Gen 8 meta because everything feels like it's kind of slow. But being this bulky is definitely not a problem. It gets a big variety of moves. Calm Mind setup, Cosmic Power setup, Iron Defense setup, all sorts of setups, Sword Stance, Dragon Dance. It gets Ally Switch as well, which is interesting. Lots of moves to hit with, a lot of everything really. It's strong. This thing is really strong. It gets Smart Strike. I don't think that accuracy lower stuff is allowed. So Smart Shock doesn't matter too much. But yeah, that's a lot. It can run Imprison Trick Room if need be. It's an option. Yeah, it can run Screens, Thunder Wave as well option. It has so much. It also of course gets Rock Slide. This thing is powerful. This thing is really powerful. It's super strong even for a because normally you would say maybe Togekiss is probably better than some legendaries and mythicals, or like Dragapult, like Excadrill. Some of these mon you would probably say are better than some mythicals, right? Because there's some mythicals that are just like Celebi. Celebi is like it's sort of a weak mythical. There's some regular mons that are even better than that. So this is actually a mon that's on par with the rest of the mons here. So yeah, Duskmane the Crossman, get in. Up next, when it came back to me, I think I was what pick was I? Let me actually say that as well. I was fifth pick. The picks that went before the Crossman Duskmane was Melmetal, Sashian, Eternatus, and Magearna, which makes sense. I was considering Terrakion, but beat up is banned. You can't beat up on a mon that has Justified. So I'm not too scared of Terrakion if that happens. If I'm against that, because it looked a lot scary if it wasn't, because the Terrakion team also has Whimsicott. So that's a classic partner. Whimsicott beat up on the boy because it has to be faster, right? And it's one of the very few faster mons that gets beat up. But anyway, it came back to me. Then fifth pick, and I went with GMAX Cinderace. Now the problem with this is that I only found out after I drafted it that Libero is banned. So that sucks. That sucks quite a lot. But it's still a strong mon. But Libero being banned is a bit annoying. It's not going to be as strong as it would have been. But it's still strong. Pyro Ball is an amazing signature move. It's basically Flare Blitz without without losing HP. It gets Feint as well. It gets Flame Charge, which doesn't matter too much. It gets Bounce for max flying. Court Change is cool if I'm against like some what's it called, like some screen setup BS maybe. Could be fun. There's a lot of different moves as well. It gets Helping Hand as well if you want that coaching. It can run because you don't have to GMAX first turn, right? So it can run. I can run like without GMAX 2. It gets U-turn. Acrobatics as well if you want to run that. If you think they're gonna knock off you, you can run Acrobatics over Bounce. It gets Snarl, and then it gets a lot of other good moves like it gets Gunk. It gets Gunk Shot, High Jump Kick, Send Headbutt, Iron Head, Sucker Punch. Not of also gets a new Scorching Sands, but it doesn't really matter too much. It has a lot of things it can hit with. It's definitely strong. 116 attack, 119 speed. It's fast, which is really the main thing. Having a fast GMAX mon, I think, is very valuable in this. So that's super cool. I wish I had a Libero, but it doesn't matter too much. We'll be fine without. Then up next, I grabbed Togekiss. It came back to me, and I thought this mod is way too good for me to just let it run past. The plan here that I really did want Dragapult, but it got taken like 2 turns before. And then someone else went with the value pick and went for the Dust Clubs. Even before I went for the Indeedee female. Like the person before me was going pretty hard Trick Room. But I took Togekiss. This mon is absolutely phenomenal. It is one of the best mons in doubles format right now. I could not let it slide. I really could not. It's way too good for that. It's just this phenomenal support Pokemon. Follow Me is really, really good. Helping Hand is really good. Super Luck. It's super good with Dazzling Gleam. Super Luck, and so for the crits gets Yawn, Safeguard, Tailwind, there's so much extreme speed if you really want it. Yeah, there's so much this thing does. It is actually insane. It's really really strong. It gets a lot of coverage as well if need be, but yeah, it's not much saying nasty plot. It's got that as well. Ally switch also got access to that, so it has a lot of options. Um, and there's not much else to say about Togekiss. It's Togekiss. It does Togekiss things. Um, yeah, that's really all I have to say about this mod. It's really really good. Up next after Togekiss, I went with Conkeldurr. I'm surprised Conkeldurr was in an A tier, but I can't see that it would be. S tier was really only the super powerful ones. I can go through the S tier, the A tier as well. There's not that many mons there. In the S tier we had Aegislash. Wait, this is S tier. Yeah, S tier. We had Aegislash, Alakazam, Azumarill, Clefable, Dracovish, Dragapult, Dugtrio, Excadrill, Ferrothorn, Gothitelle, Gyarados, Holucha, Hydreigon, Incineroar, Kingdra, Komodo, Rotomwash, Sylveon, Togekiss, Toxapex, Tyranitar, Volcarona, Weavile, and Whimsicott. It's a pretty stacked tier with a lot of good mons. But I could argue personally that this mon is stronger than like Conkeldurr is stronger than Komodo, for example. Maybe even Weavile, I would say. So I took it. There's also another mon that I really wanted that got sniped. I think this was around the time where I got sniped. Yeah, because I really wanted the Mungus. That was the same tier as Conkeldurr here. But for some reason, but it got sniped. For some reason, it's tier A. I don't know. Same with Dusclops. I would argue that Dusclops is way too good for this tier. It's definitely an S tier. So there was definitely a lot of value picks here. I can see Arcanine being this tier. It's slightly worse than Incineroar, so it makes sense that it's down here. I think there's anything else that's really maybe Indeedee female could be argued to be S tier 2. Milotic maybe. I don't think Milotic's not strong enough. Yeah, there's not really that many else that is that good to be there, but yeah, it's definitely just a combo there. But Conkeldurr, there's not much to say about this mon. Iron Fist or Guts with Flame Orb, and just hits hard. It just slaps. It slaps people. Just runs Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, whatever, Protect. That's really all it does. Rock Slide. Rock Slide's not that great on it because it's slow. But having a slow mon like this gives me a good option to also opt into Trick Room. If I want to run that 1 week, because Crossman is also fairly slowish, so it can, there's an option for it. And with some later picks, there will be even more options to do it. So I'm trying to run like a little bit of you can do some different thoughts, a few different things. I also forgot to mention that we have a free pick as well, which you can basically you can use your free pick to take anything that isn't a restricted mod. So you could get a second GMAX if you wanted to, or a second S tier, or a second A tier. I assume no one would take a second B tier or a C tier, but you can use it to take any of those without anything really costing. I myself chose a Gyarados, which is an S tier one, I think. Yeah, it was an S tier. Gyarados basically gives me a potential Moxie Sweeper. Like if I can get up a Dragon Dance, I can basically just run through with Moxie potentially, and it also gives me an Intimidate user. If that's more beneficial for me. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. I'm sad this thing did not get flip turn. I really am. This thing got cheated on the flip turn. But it doesn't matter too much because this thing has coverage out the ass, basically. There's so much coverage. Taunt as well, which is super nice. A fast taunt user. I haven't really talked about the stats of our other mons here. But Gyarados is just, it's solid. It has 125 base attack. Kaldur is even stronger. It hits hard with a lot of coverage. You could argue that Gyarados is not that good when you can't Dynamax it, which I will agree. There's a lot of mons that are in this S tier that are better or only good if you can Dynamax them. Like at this point, I was really considering Rotom Wash as well, but when considering Gyarados versus Rotom Wash, I feel like Gyarados is better outside of being Dynamax than Rotom Wash. I don't think Rotom Wash is that good if you don't Dynamax it. So I thought Gyarados might be a little bit better and give some sweeping potential. So yeah, Gyarados, very cool. Also gets Icy Wind, which is notable. It gets Icy Wind for support, which is nice. Also gets Thunder Wave. Actually, now I didn't even know that. I'm just looking through the move pool. Huh. It gets Thunder Wave now. Cool. Did it always get Thunder Wave? It might have. I'm not sure. But up next, I managed to snag myself a Mimikyu, and this is where the Trick Room support comes in. Mimikyu is a really, really good Trick Room setter. Obviously, Dusclops is the best Trick Room setter there is. But Mimikyu is really, really good as well. It's definitely one of the better ones to set Trick Room. And then it's good setup with Sword Stance, Shadow Sneak priority, hits hard. I'm getting a lot of monsters just hits hard, you know. Base 90 attack isn't incredible. It's not a shit ton. But base 96 speed is a lot. Base 105 special defense is also quite a lot. It has low HP, but it doesn't matter too much. It's really just strong. It gets Destiny Bond as well, which can be useful. It can trick shit. There isn't too much to say about Mimikyu. It doesn't get a whole lot of different things in coverage. But it's definitely a solid mon, even though it's sort of a one-trick pony. It gets Will-O-Wisp, which is notable. Also Thunderwave. There's so many months. Why does so many months get Thunderwave now? I feel like many more Pokemon get Thunderwave all of a sudden. Oh well. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There's not much to say about this mon. Drain Punch, Shadow Claw, the normal stuff it does. Phantom Force. Phantom Force is kind of bad though, I think. Actually, maybe not so bad. Maybe not so bad. Next mon on the chopping block. So now we have a lot of hard hitters, right? Honestly, I don't know what this. I'm not gonna lie. The clock outside of Mimikyu to the left here, it says like the slide says pick 6 late. I don't know what that means. No clue what that means. Is it because I got skipped this round? It might have been. It might have been the round where I got skipped. Yeah, I think it was. Maybe that's why. Okay. Hippowdon. You might be thinking, Seno, when are you getting some more bulk? Hippowdon. Bulk. Now you might be wondering, why Hippowdon? What does Hippowdon serve? You're not running a sand team. What's the sand stream doing? Yeah. The only thing I want to tell you is I don't know what to tell you. It's a weather counter. There's like 2 ring teams, I think, and 2 sun teams. I needed a weather counter. So Hippowdon. Something to reset the weather, basically. I really needed that. Because for my Cinderace GMAX does not change the weather on the GMAX with the fire move. So needed this. And it's a good mon. It gets Yawn, which is super nice. It gets Roar if someone's trying to set up Slack Off for recovery. It gets Rock Slide, of course, as well. It gets Weather Ball, which is kind of cool if I'm against the weather teams. Bulldoze is nice as well. Crunch, of course. Just, it gets a few things. Stealth Rock is nice. For instance, it's only 6v6 this time. Gets Stockpile, the whole bit shebang. Gets Curse set up. It gets Scorching Sand, which is a little bit more, makes a little bit more sense on this mon. I think, even though it has super low special attack, like 68. Powder also does hit hard. It's 112 base attack. It can hit hard, but it's mainly here for some physical bulk, and to reset some sand. And it can set up. It can also do some tricking because it does get. What's the other one it gets? It gets. Yeah, it gets Sandfrost. Sandfrost doesn't matter. We don't want Sandfrost, but yeah, it gets Sandstream, reset weather, do some things. So it's cool. Next on the block. Oh, would you look at that? It's more bulk. It's Umbreon. Now, I have betrayed myself. I'm not gonna lie. I betrayed myself. I always say I hate Umbreon with a passion, and I will never draft this mon. However, it just fit too perfect in this draft for me not to draft it. I needed some heavy bulk here, some especially defensive bulk-ish, and that can support a little bit too. So here we go. Umbreon. Yeah. It gets Snarl, it gets Helping Hand. I think it gets of course it gets Moonlight, it gets some other. It's basically here for just being support. It's never gonna do damage, but it got some cool stuff. Basically it's like Snarl, Helping Hand, Moon. It can also Wish as well, because it does get Yawn too, which is nice. It got Stored Power. Stored Power setup incoming. Ooh. It doesn't really get a lot of. It gets Cursed. It doesn't get a lot of setup, to be honest. But it has 130 base special defense. It's super bulky. It's really hard to kill if you don't have anything like a fighting type. And I have the perfect fighting type switch in Togekiss. So it just fits too perfect. I could not say no to this mon at all. So Umbreon, cool. Yeah, there's really not much to say here. Up next, boom, Serena. We got Serena. I needed the grass type. Right, I needed the grass type. Some ground resist outside of Togekiss and Gyarados, I guess. But Serena's strong. It stops Queenly Majesty stops us from being hit by priority moves, so that's super good. And again, it hit hard too. It hit hard. It's fairly bulky. It's got just about base 100 in defenses. Decent speed. Yeah, and I think it gets Rapid Spin. Does it get Rapid Spin? Oh, it might not. It gets Grassy Glide actually. But unfortunately, I can't set up the Cinderace doesn't set up the grassy terrain, so we'll see. Gets Play Rough, gets Power Whip, gets Send Headbutt, Low Kick, Acrobatics, U-Turn, some things. It gets Helping Hand too. I have a lot of mods that gets Helping Hand, which is super nice. Yeah, there's not much else to say about this. High Jump Kick as well. Yeah, I guess Rapid Spin. It lets everybody level up. And Chop Kick is also a super nice move to lower the attack stat. So you can definitely screw some people over with that. Yeah. We're getting down to the bottom barrel here of Mons. That doesn't do too much different stuff, but it fills a specific role. Up next, we got a returning Mon from last season. Would you think about that? What would you know? Boom, Gothorita's back. We already know what this thing does. Another support Mon. Straight up. Another Mon with support. Wow, very cool. If you see me have this last season, you know what it does. It does basically the same as every other support Mon. Ally Switch, Psychic, Fake Out. It gets Fake Out now, Thunder Wave. Helping Hand, it cancels Trick Room too. It's bulky. It's fairly bulky. It gets, and then the biggest thing, of course, it gets Shadow Tag. Shadow Tag. So after that, we're in the seats here. We're looking through. There's not much good stuff we can use here. So I looked at it. I was like, hey, there's actually something here that looks really good for us. I saw an Octosolt in C tier. Bolt of Sword is synergizes very nicely with our team because we have Gyarados and Togekiss, and we only have one resist apart from that, and then Hippowdon immunity. The rest kind of get hit by electric moves, but we have another. Now we have a Bolt of Sword mon. I wish it was Lightning Rod, but we don't have that. Yeah, but Bolt of Sword is still strong. It can heal if we get hit by it. If not, I can always run Sludge Frost and Static, and we still have a resist. So it's nice. This thing just gets freeze. It gets freeze dry. This is basically a rain team counter. There's 2 rain teams. Can't go wrong with the rain team counter then. It gets freeze dry, which hits them pretty hard. Bolt Beak as well. Discharge, Blizzard. Does it get Ice Wind? It gets Icy Wind. Rock Slide too, of course. I think my team is shaping up to be very annoying to play against. If you look at the lineup, there's a lot of support mons. Maybe I should have gotten a few mons that is hard, but I got like the Crossman, I got Kaldur, Togekiss can be offensive too. Mimikyu hits hard, Serena hits hard. Like I got a lot of mons that can do a few different things. Like they can do a few different things. So yeah, except for these low ones. These low ones only really do one thing. But it does get Rising Voltage as well, which is nice if we get against the electric team with electric terrain. There's not really a lot to say about this mon. It's rather slow. Can be Trick Room as well. Then last but not least, we kind of needed to patch up the speed tiers. They weren't fantastic. They were not fantastic. Because it jumped from 119 to 96. So I tried to patch up with something a little bit in between, and we got ourselves and Linoone, however you want to pronounce it. That's what we got. Linoone. There's again, it's at the bottom of the barrel. There's not much to say about this mon. Basically, what we do with this mon is we have Gluttony, very important Gluttony, and then we equip a barrel, and then we belly drum. That's it. That's all, folks. I mean, no, it can switcheroo as well. It got some other stuff. It can snarl. Wait, this is the this is the standard one, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's mainly here for belly drum stuff, and be doing some things with that, basically, and just try to sweep some teams, maybe. I don't know. It's not going to be used a whole lot. It gets gong shot now. It gets play rough. It gets a lot more coverage for it. It gets extreme speed, of course, which is the main thing. And does the regular one also get parting shot? No. Oh wait, there's only. It doesn't get Screech. That doesn't matter. I'm trying to look which ones. There's some moves that it doesn't get specifically. Scary Face. It doesn't matter. You want to get its Charm. It doesn't get. It doesn't get Fake Tears. Doesn't get Payback or Assurance. Doesn't get. Oh, it doesn't get Snarl. That's only the Galarian. Else doesn't get Taunt. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Missing out on Taunt is a bit annoying. It doesn't get Body Press. It's only the Galarian one too. But this is the only one that gets Play Rough. The Galarian does not get Play Rough. And it gets Tickle, Simple Beam, Extreme Speed. Yeah, it's really annoying that the Galarian doesn't get Extreme Speed. It could be really good with it. No, we also don't get Knockoff. That's only the Galarian and Lash Out too. Yeah, that's not really a whole lot to say. Base 100 speed. It's the other stats are kind of lackluster. 70 attack. It's not that strong. But that's the team. That's the whole team, right there on your screen. I'm really happy with how the draft went. It could have gone better. It definitely could have gone better, but I think it went well. I got a lot of mods I'm happy with. So I'm really curious to see how well this team will do. The Crossman, Duskmane, and Togekiss are phenomenal together. So that's going to be really fun. And yeah, with that said, my voice is. Jesus, I should have had something to drink. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the season that begins in August. Yeah, in August. And peace out.